ourselves somewhere you can leave all your worries on the shelf. And whether you win or lose, you can count on me, and I can count on you.
The train never stops.
This train never stops.
The train never stops.
This train never stops.
The train never stops.
This train never stops.
The train never stops. The train never stops.
Folks, welcome on in Trainwreck today. Victory Monday.
Sorry.
What the hell just happened, Don?
That's we got hacked. We got hacked.
We got hacked. A Jack's hack.
Yeah,
That's what they do. Trainwreck today.
Yeah.
It's Victory Monday, but it's also officially Beat Jacksonville Week. Myself, Maniac, we are in the Hamburg studios. Herd of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports. Thanks for allowing us in. Slick on my left on the ones. Oh, well, not on the ones and twos, just doing nothing on my left. Gatesy on the ones and twos over here.
There he is.
And we got Brett in the saddle, making it all happen for you here on Trainwreck today. Massive weekend. We said farewell to Highmark Stadium, Slick.
Indeed, we did. And for those watching along, Don at home joining us from the remote location of his very own studio. Yeah,
Yes.
it was an emotional day yesterday, obviously. But go out in fashion, laying the smack down on the Jets. There was a lot of cool moments. I think they did a very good job with the send-off. What do you think, Gatesy? Because you were out there as well.
Yeah, I mean, the video at the end really brought it all together. I really wish they would have focused more on some of the drought year players. It felt like it was a heavy emphasis on the 90s teams, which were awesome. A lot of people have a great connection, but there was so much history in that stadium from the years in the 70s, 80s, early 2000s, 2010s that I think people cared about that. I wish got a little bit more spotlight, but overall, you can't complain on how it all came together.
It did feel like it went right from Thurman to Fitzy on the video.
I can say I think there were 5 players from the drought that got recognized. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Fred Jackson,
Yep.
Eric Wood,
Yep.
Brian Mormon,
Yes.
He got a spot.
Wow, yeah.
Huge.
You got a big spot.
Fitzmagic,
Marshawn,
Ooh,
Kyle
I-
Williams.
Kyle Williams.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kyle
sorry.
Williams.
Kyle Williams. I wasn't sure about
Kyle
Marshawn.
Williams got
Kyle
a big
Williams.
pop. Was Marshawn in there?
I didn't see Marshawn.
He had a run in
He was
there.
there?
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
no, he was. There was a run from the 08 home opener on there. There was. I saw. Kyle Williams got a. I mean, I hate to say this, and I know my guy is above it, and he's comfortable with where he's at. Where was the Evie?
Where is Stevie
Where was
Johnson?
the Evie?
He had a catch in there from Fitz.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay. I missed it.
Goodness.
I missed it. Listen,
Second
I'm just
catch.
defending my man. I'm just
Yeah,
defending my
thank
man,
goodness.
trying to make sure he's in there. But yeah, the video tied it all together. It was a bookend to what was really a great day, Slick.
It really was a great day. Started bright and early, obviously, as always. Fans were loud and proud out in the snow. Little colder.
Wait, no, loud and proud. I want to hear about the safety making it to the stadium. You were risking the biscuit.
Geez. Well, I was kind of saving all that commotion for the tailgate talk, but we'll do a little preview.
Well, start there.
so-
Start at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, well, for those that don't know, I arrive at my bus 10:15 sharp.
The only time he's on time for anything.
When we should be leaving, and I'm the only one that's on time. So 10:45 departure. I didn't see this last week. When we got back to the house from the game against the Eagles. Apparently, someone lent on the door. It just busted.
The bus had
So
in the post-game conference.
The bus double door couldn't stay shut. You had to duct tape the handle in order to be allowed to
Wait, so let me interject. I was wondering this when you said it was broke. So this didn't happen game day. They knew about it week in advance.
Yep.
And nothing was done.
Yeah. I'm going to call out my guy right now, actually. Josh Ferry said he tried to take it to the mechanic, but it wasn't open on New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. He didn't try to take it to the mechanic at all. He didn't tell me that until after. So I think he kind of has that
Shout out Married to the Mafia, but they kind of clock in sometimes, and then they clock out on that activity.
Thank gosh for Kate is all I'll say.
Seriously. I mean, but yeah,
she's
but
the
no,
better
that bus
half.
has seen some amazing things.
So
glad you guys held together.
Yeah.
How was the ride, though? How was the ride? Because it sounded a little nerve-wracking.
It was chilly because the driver's door was being held
So
shut.
you had the passenger door. Now we've got a driver's door. We got
Duct-
multiple caution
duct
lights
tape
on at this
shut.
point, folks.
Driver has to pull over on the side of the road multiple times before we even get on the highway because his door is flinging open. I find out from the driver himself after the game, he wasn't worried about himself. He said he had his seatbelt on. He was fine. He was worried about the door swinging open and hitting another car as we went by. Pull over. We tried a couple different things. He even went in there with a switchblade. I don't know what he was trying to do there. 2 bungee cords from inside the door to the other side of the bus, strapped onto the end of like the handle of a table, I think.
Oof.
And so it wasn't closed, but it was staying closed enough. So we had chilly feet the entire way down because we were getting quite the AC from the exterior due to that crack in the driver's side door. But we made it.
You did make it. You made good time, too. Next thing I know, I checked the nest. We dropped Don off at game day tailgate. They were very hospitable, put us in a VIP tent. As always, game day always takes care of us. I zip back to the Twin Oaks lot, getting ready for our typical game day procedure. The second quarter game plan already.
Yeah, well, you guys were already at game day. Heard a word. I went in to help produce and set up and get on the ones and twos.
Part of me wanted to be mad at you about this for sure, because I'm like, why would he do something different than what we've done all year? But I do appreciate you seeing that we were at the game day lot, and you're just like, I'll go. I appreciate that.
I don't know if you recall, there was a 4:30 game earlier in the season. The only one earlier in the season besides the Eagles. Forget which one that was. Tampa?
Wasn't that the Bengals? Or no, that was changed to 1 o'clock.
No, Bengals got flexed to 1.
No,
Yeah,
it was Kansas City, right?
Kansas City. Yes.
Kansas City. I met you and Don at game day, and we did our lap there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
We'll out there. So great tailgate at Game Day Buffalo. We had Fina rocking. See, that's why, by the way, John Fina, just different. I'm just going to say, like, when you're on the mic, this isn't your PG, friend, family. Like, not to say that it wasn't family friendly, but he's like the last, I forget what, I can't say exactly what he said, but it was electric. He's like, the last day of the stadium was made that much better because of you tough MFers. Like, I think that was
tough SOBs.
SOBs. Yeah. So,
crazy. I remember getting him on the fan cam before we were getting our show set up. And even producer Rachel over there was just taken aback because Fina was screaming into the Osmo. So love his energy. He always brings it. And a great guest to always have a game day for sure.
Always great. So we were fortunate to get on the field, courtesy of our friends at William Matart. That was awesome. Huge shout out the Fours. We got on there, saw a proposal on the just off the field.
Love is a beautiful
thing.
The
guy did the double hands up. That's always a good feeling.
Wow, like he celebrated a touchdown.
Yeah, I was trying to. I basically ended up talking to like the refs and all the Jets backups when I was on the field. So that was my impact there. But
what'd you say to the refs?
I was like, let's keep it a clean game. I got a 4-item parlay that needs to be polished by half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it polished?
No. Wasn't even started.
Damn.
But yeah, they had me dead on arrival. But no, the fan base was very much alive. Obviously, the red helmets. We can talk about it probably for the rest of the show. Whew. The Red Sox. That was what really brought. I don't mean to be an outfit guy because I'm not. I don't know what makes something else, accentuate another. But I think the red helmets look great, but the jersey looked great because of the bottom Red Sox, I think.
Gatesy, you can attribute to this as well, but since it's not the classic 90s jersey or even like the Navy's, you kind of have to have another element of red to really make it stick and pop. Some people are complaining because it kind of looked like same thing as the candy cane last week. I don't think that at all. I thought it really helped bring out the red helmets, which, by the way, I thought based on socials and whatnot, we're going to be way too shiny, not look as clean and put together with the uniform as the old school ones. I was dead wrong. They looked beautiful. Red Sox and even some red sleeves from some of the skill position players, Gatesy.
Yeah, because when we were walking in together, it's like we met up just by chance out in front of the gate. We're walking in, we're seeing a little jumbotron.
Yes.
The guys warming up and the red helmets. It was just maybe the tint of the old screen and just everything put together. It looked magical. And I am so sold on these helmets. And we were talking too, this was the first game this season the Bills had some sort of specialty uniform and actually won.
I was going to say, it was a little nerve-wracking.
The
white jerseys, the candy canes, now you had these just shows I think we got to make these red helmets a once a year thing, preferably not week 18.
Yeah, I was all about this combo, and I realized I love the candy cane, I love the red so much, but I realized what it was watching is the red has just been missing from the Bills uniform so much. They do the blue on blue, they do the all white, they have they have hints of red, but they don't like red is one of their primary colors, and they don't utilize it enough. Like you said, red helmet, blue, white, red. It got all their colors equally distributed, looked amazing. And then you had Josh Allen right before going out in the tunnel saying, "Hey, we look good, don't we?" So, I mean, hey, if MVP captain likes these jerseys, we got to keep these going.
I thought it was pretty cool, the little slight nod he gave too when he was coming out of the tunnel running out to the fans. He kind of slapped the helmet as like an acknowledgement to the fact that they were finally there, finally wearing the Reds after all those teasers out in Rochester.
A lot of teasers. We were wrong. That's all I'm going to say. But love that. Shout out to Terrell Bernard. Shout out the defense. It's a great game. Okay.
Yeah.
Great game. Walking in, like you guys said, though. So you got the coin, the commemorative coin from the first game, right? So they gave out what happened?
Yeah, Gatesy, walk us through this.
Yeah, tell me.
So we're walking in the game. There's a big crowd, a lot of people trying to get in. So Slick and I kind of separate once we go through metal detector. They had to take him to the back room to do some sort of strip search, I think. So I go through by myself, tap my ticket in, walk right past the coin guys. Because I'm just trying to get in the stadium. There's a bunch of people behind me. Not thinking much of it. I think I get 3 steps by him. I wait for Slick, turn around, get him through. He's like, "Oh, did you get your coin?" I'm like, "No, what do you mean?" So I walk a couple steps back to the coin people. I'm like, "Hey."
I heard a couple stories acting like this story's about to go. Go ahead.
"Hey, I didn't get one." They're like, "Get out. Like, go."
Yeah.
Like they're putting the foot down. I was like, I mean, I just walked in. They're like, I don't care. Once you're in the stadium, you can't get one. I was like, "Oh, that sucks." But I do want to give a Nobel Peace Prize award to my friend Slick.
Wow.
Who was the bigger man in the situation.
An MPP.
Yeah. Who, put his feelings aside and gave me his out of it, which I didn't think should happen. So I do. I'll keep it like holidays and like weekends, and you get like weekdays.
Yeah,
or
you guys should maybe
guys
cut in half. Yeah. Then one of you can have one half, one you can have the others.
I was gonna say, guys, there's still coins out there. You can buy one for $500 on eBay.
I was gonna say a quick $300 makes this problem go away. Guys, by the way, what else was on the line, which was cool, and I don't mean to brag and the NTAGT.
Oh,
the towel.
Giving those
out.
I didn't even see them.
I actually said, so they were handing these out, and it was like you said, there were just throngs of people around all of these people with the giveaways. And so I was joking with the guy next to me. I go, if you get caught with 2 of these things, you should be able to be thrown in like the brig below the stadium. And at that, the vendor reached in to give me my towels and gave me 2. So I go, I'm not taking 2, and I gave the other one to Lauren. So I'm only taking 1. I don't want to get arrested.
Trying to get your ass.
I mean, to be honest, I would have loved to take 2, but
guys, there is no problem though, because I did get a coin.
There we go.
Our guy Wayne, the security asked.
Oh, that was so clutch. Thank you, Wayne. Can we clap it up for Wayne?
Thank you. He came up and said his usual hello to your girlfriend and I. And
Wayne's technically, our relationship is weird because when the game starts, Wayne actually becomes my girlfriend's boyfriend.
Kind of, yeah.
The protector.
Yeah.
Make sure she's taken care of. Make sure she got, listen, and this is a relationship that I understand, okay? You know, I need to make sure.
The curb too.
Like, when I'm in 102, 40s, Wayne, you got her.
Yeah, he takes good. He takes good care of us in the rock pile. Asked if we got our commemorative coins. I said, I gave mine to a friend. Pulls another right out of his pocket.
He's the best.
Hands it over. I said, "You have one yourself, correct? I do not want to take you, Wayne's one and only
Wayne's World
commemorative coin." He said, "No, I have one."
Most definitely.
And so problem solved there. I do want to say when Gatesy went back up to ask the guy, and the guy told him to basically fuck off, 2 kids walked right up in front of us, and he gave them both coins.
They're going to get scammed by kids. They kind of allow it. That would just be my take. Thing is, they were just, what they were telling themselves was when someone went by them and was coming back, they had already gone and were done with it. And that's just, and unfortunately, There's just it sucked because I know a lot of people who had that situation.
100%. Like that was the right thing to do because people would have had pockets full of these coins. But I think maybe a little bit stronger, gate presence there where they're not just standing off to the side, but maybe in the middle.
You're right. They lost contain. They lost contain for sure. And then told like when you're here getting your ticket scanned,
there's so much going
like
on.
15 people behind you screaming at security guards and everything like that, and then you get in. And you could kind of like have an abyss of freedom. It's kind of tempting to take those couple steps.
That's where it got weird also because the lady that was scanned my ticket was the one that gave me my coin too.
Yes.
So then there was extra people also giving them out. I don't really know what was going on.
See, going in early saved me in that regard for sure. But yeah, the Bills got it started early and often. So Josh Allen hands the ball off.
Yep.
Jogs right over to the bench.
Yes.
Love to see
With
it.
a big applause too.
Large applause. Listen, nobody cares about 40 touchdowns. Nobody cares about, they just wanted Josh healthy. As we saw, health wasn't guaranteed with some other players who stayed in the game. We scored, and we had a little bit of a conundrum start at this point. So in our section, we have 6 of our friends 8 seats over.
Correct.
So we're at the top row of 102. Mm-hmm. So we use the safety area, which is meant for traffic of fans and everything, to just stand there and kind of loiter sometimes. Guest services is typically very good about it. If there's a lot of traffic, they tell us to get in their seats. If there's not a lot of traffic, they typically let us be very kind in that regard. There was traffic yesterday and there was snow, so they're like, you guys got to get in your seats. We go to sit in our seats, me and my seat partner, Al, not degenerate Al, if you're watching.
Damn it.
5 and 6 in the top row.
Yeah.
We go to sit there. There's a female with a blanket covering seats 3, 4, and 5. So by guest services to go sit in our seats, they're going to get us in trouble if we're not doing this. We're like, we need to sit there. She's like, okay, sit. We go down into 3 or 4. It occurs at this point that, and I'm not going to fault anybody for this on the last day. There's been some beverages had at this point with this individual. So she
like a Pepsi?
What?
Like a Pepsi? Like a root beer?
Yeah, got a couple of adult Pepsis. So she moves her kind of belongings to 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Al and I go and sit in 3 and 4. After about 90 seconds, she goes, wait, 3 and 4 are our seats. You're in our seats. We go, we don't care. Like we just want 2 seats in this row. We go, do you want to switch? She goes, yes. She moves all her belongings on the icy wet bleacher. I go, do you want to move it over here? Because this is a very wet area of the bleacher. I go, you're already kind of situated there. She goes, yes. They move it over. We switch. We're in 5 and 6. She's in 3 and 4 now with her belongings. At this point, some male returns to the seats, stands with her. He gets up to date on the situation. She's like, yeah, these guys kicked me out of my seats. So first off, we've got misinformation being spread literally right amongst us. So I'm not you have 2 seats. We have 2 seats.
Yeah.
The net gain is all fine here. I'm standing there. It's fine. We didn't do anything. Yeah. We're sitting in 5 and 6. You guys are 3 and 4. We're good. That was all that was said at that point. Go on 30 to 45 seconds. Bills are driving down the field. They're up 7-0 at this point. This is a key detail.
Yep.
They're driving into the red zone. The male goes to the next row like that. I go, oh my God. Okay. Instantly slush, ice, everything. I'm reaching through there. I go, let's get this going in the right direction. We all want to be having fun here.
Last game of the stadium.
I go to grab it and I hand it to her like this, as it's being handed. And I can hear the crowd going nuts. And then she just takes that hand like that. Okay. So I'm looking back towards the field. I'm seeing, I believe it was Ray Davis into the end zone at that point to make it 13-0. Yes. I could even see him begin to hand the ball to a lineman. And I go, oh, we just missed a touchdown. You're welcome. Like that. Court of law, 100% what happened.
Yeah.
I look back to the field. The next thing I know, I'm getting some hand palm strike to the side of the head. 100%.
It wasn't me, guys.
It wasn't Slick. It was whoever this numbnuts was, this trailer trash, this dirty piece of idiot. I can express, first off, I'm not a fighter. I have no intuition to start fighting at all, even when I'm fighting, yada, yada. My first thing that occurred into my brain, I swear to God, was I don't want to get kicked out of the last game at the stadium.
Yeah. I don't
so
blame
I
you.
got knocked over like this. It's hard to describe. I was probably at a 30 to 45 degree angle. My seatmate Al sees this, feels this happen right next to him, steps in. They start going at it. He punches Al. Like, you know, like everything going back and forth.
Al and a black eye.
At this point, guest services makes they're not far away. You know this.
They're right there.
They're at most a 5-second. Take the guy away. They're asking who is involved. Everybody who's on that deck behind us is pointing to the people.
Yeah.
So we're like, we're good. The guy in my row is like, some shit. We're like, what are you talking about? The guy's cursing at me with the girl. They're cursing at. They're getting removed. I just got hit in the side of the head. Al got knocked.
Row was defending him.
Yes.
Oh, were they still there when I came?
It wasn't defending them as much as saying we were just as guilty.
Were they still there when I came? That person?
Believe me. Oh, we would have had a discussion. For sure. But that guy, so now you have the conundrum though. Like I thought it was all getting solved so quickly. Guest services was taking them, the people said
as it should have been.
Now it's the guy saying like, I go, dude, like what are you talking about? And he goes, I saw the whole thing. I go, well, if you saw the whole thing, you'd realize you're being a dumbass right now. and then like the guest services people are telling me, calm down or else you're okay. I'm calm. I go, someone just hit me in the side of the head. I'm not trying to complain. Someone just struck me in the side of the head.
Yeah, what? Does that guy have any intuition?
Again, it's very funny because I've called before this.
Yeah, just a couple.
But this guy is a textbook. I don't have anything to lose. I'm going to go like do whatever the fuck I want, AKA just hit somebody for saying sarcastically, you're welcome.
Yeah.
As they, like the level of like that takes to like start that is just crazy.
That's
I had to bring that up because I mentioned I got hit. People were asking like, I don't start. Have you ever seen me close to starting a fight? Honestly.
Yeah, I need to hear this story, so it's good to get the context. You text the Trainwreck group chat. I think the text just said like, I just got hit. It was just,
I think it did.
I'm like Cosmo Kramer. I'm hit.
Yeah, so I was waiting. We were all waiting to get on the show to talk about this.
And I just want to say that the messed up thing of this whole story when I say it is that if I heard that someone got hit in the side of the head, like sucker punched essentially, like blindsided, I would think they got like hurt, like really like something happened. They got knocked over the way. For me to explain to guest services, I just got hit in the head, but I'm fine like 8 seconds later.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So I don't know if he was so drunk that he like hooked it. I don't know if he like his hand wasn't like closed up. He definitely just didn't make solid contact, or else I would have been knocked out.
Yeah,
Any person would have been knocked out.
You described it to me as though you just got pushed down
I said
into the row in front of you.
The physical effect left me like this. Like that was what happened because he basically just charged me like that. And then by that time, Al was coming over my shoulder to kind of like defend it and everything. And again, I swear, I told you guys, I turtled up because I'm like, I don't know if he's coming with more. I don't want to get kicked out. Like that was absolutely my mindset. Like if you want to say anything about, like was I had one Labatt Blue at the tailgate yesterday. Sober. So it wasn't like
no heirloom in sight as far as I was concerned.
In sight. So anyways, I just had to explain that story. It needed a little bit more context. To me, it just like, you just have to be such a loser to go to the game and be like, I'm going to be aggressive to other people. And
we told this story too to a bunch of people in the row that didn't witness once they got there in the second half. And everyone's initial reaction was Jets fan, right?
Yeah.
No,
it was Bills fan.
I don't even want to call them a Bills fan.
They were in like
that's not Bills Mafia. That's not what we do. You're a loser. You're not allowed in. You're not included.
You know who's not a loser?
You know who's
not a loser?
Who?
You know who's looking at his bank account today feeling good?
Who?
Ty Johnson. So we were looking at yesterday. Yesterday was an incentive.
Hey, first touchdown. Dawson Knox catches a quick six-figure bag and then checks out of the game.
Were we kind of idiots that we didn't at least put a parlay in with Dawson Knox and then Ty Johnson two tutties?
There was no.
They didn't give us the lines. Like there wasn't any on FanDuel or Fanatics or and we love Poly Market. We want to be on them. They're not on the prop game yet. That's all good. Like, and we hope they do get there. But on our prop books, they blacked out all of the Bills.
Blacked out all the Bills, probably for good reason. With
probably
all
trying to mimic the fan base.
With all the no kidding. It black out a bit too. All the incentives on the table and all the reserves playing. But yeah, you just had to know. I think it was the second quarter early where they were driving and they handed the ball off 3 straight times to Ty. get stopped on 4th and 1, turn the ball over on downs. Not a big deal. We'd get it back. But
That
then,
was Gilliam on 4th, though. Don't forget that.
Was
They gave it to Gilliam on 4th.
Oh, I thought they gave it to Ty, too.
No. So Gilliam got it on 4th. There was a big thing because Gilliam doesn't get a lot of carries. And there was actually in the post game, they were saying, yeah, the fans kind of gave it away because they were all chanting, Reggie, Reggie,
Oh,
Reggie.
right. Gotcha.
They were literally saying
They
that.
were loud
Anytime it was on the goal line, it was just red.
Yeah, like so they were waiting for that for sure.
Oh, because he had an incentive, too, at play.
Everybody, like there were incentives. Sure.
Well, anyway, you had to know when they were running it 3 straight times at least that they were very aware that TY26 had $250,000 at stake. Finds the first one. Second one was a little
grinded
tougher.
it though. What? No, it didn't come down to the wire. They weren't
No,
doing
I
anything
said it was
crazy.
a little tougher.
Oh, I'm gonna say, well, shout out Ray Davis. A couple nice runs to get him down to the red
Yeah,
zone.
and I think that was Josh Palmer blocking on the side for
great.
him as well.
Listen, that was a team effort. Ty Johnson's gonna have to drop some stacks around the locker room today for sure.
I got a nice video
couple
too.
a couple Venmos from T.
I'll take like 0.1% if he's watching.
For sure.
But,
No,
finds it on the pop-out pass to the right in front of us, actually, too. Yeah, quick.
So we've gone along with this,
$250,000.
obviously. Not surprising. Last game, there was a lot of history. It was a big event for us. Emotional closeout, like a shutout, like the rundown says. But emotional flyover halftime. End of game sequence, pretty good by them. I've given them a lot of flack. I think the end of game sequence is just about as good as you could have done. Unless Gatesy, I guess, like some people were saying this around me, like maybe you could have had like a couple players just come back out and just like one more, like, little, like you just needed a wave. You just needed like a little wave. But they got business to take care of. I just want to say that the clock was ticking. When they got to the locker room last night, it was 6 days and 19 hours until Jacksonville. So every minute does count there.
Yeah, I do kind of agree. I remember turning to someone and saying, like, if they believed in theater right now, after the video stopped, the lights would go out and like the whole team would be back on the field, giving like a salute, kind of like the Sabres do at the end of their games on their win streaks and hockey teams alone in the playoffs.
If it was me, I would have put him back out there. 1,000 squishy Bills footballs, just throw them out into the stands.
It would have been pretty cool.
People probably would have lost their minds and been selling them for $800 on eBay. But
we haven't even discussed the presence of all the yellow jackets. So
well, that's the thing. There was dead on arrival. Any thought of rushing the field? Any thought of anything dead on arrival?
So I think they were just concerned for the players' safety if they were going to get them back out there. Also, the players were probably like, "This is the are going to stay in the stadium an extra 20 minutes. Let's get the."
Shout out. No, yeah, agree.
Yeah. Literally. Like, I was probably home by 9.
Low key, I mean, I want to say 97% of the stadium was there 15 minutes after the game ended, which is crazy.
3 songs. I believe it was.
Shout song, one last
Better
time.
Days.
Shout song, one last time. Into Better Days.
And then Wonderful World to close it out.
Into Proud to Be an American.
Yes.
Wow.
So again, you know what they did was they did kind of the New Year's thing. If you've ever watched any New Year's special, they always celebrate the U.S. first, like on that broadcast. Then they go, "What a wonderful world!" So it was a great job. It is a wonderful world, and I get it. There's some people who are like they're moving across the street, like it's that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was one of those people.
50 plus years of history. People are emotional about this stadium for sure. So
we're forgetting that some people were after hours in the stadium.
Some people were after hours.
If you remember that stream that was going
on.
on.
Attention to them other than the fact that it was their first game and they were surprised that the Tim Hortons was closed when they were still in there. Like, no shit, it's closed, guys. Like, we're the only ones in the stadium.
Origin with the live commentary was kind of funny though. He was actually probably the funniest part.
It was awesome.
It's just like they kept saying they didn't want to do it.
He's like, no, come on, do it.
They need you to.
Origin was bullying him to be like, all right, no, go over there. No, get down there.
It was a one-man peer pressure machine.
Yeah, those
last
guys
night.
weren't staying in that long unless he was involved. Also, some fans going home with some hardware against the precautions of the sheriff.
It seemed like some things made it out. Cup holders, a couple seat cushions, a trough.
You didn't see this?
A trough made it out?
Yes. As far as I'm concerned, it looks like a trough. Do we have the photo in Doers? I think we do.
I thought that was fake.
Yeah, Slick, I think you got
I can't believe that just happened live on Trainwreck today.
The daytime photo.
What?
The picture was during
You got
daytime.
faked out.
Yeah.
That was a meerkat photo.
You got
I'm
meerkatted.
pretty sure.
Yeah, meerkatted.
No, he made an edit of him on the wanted poster of the photo.
But he made the photo.
The game was over at nighttime, and the picture is in the day.
No, it was not.
Oh, this is such a tough look.
Oh no.
Oh man. It's one thing to get embarrassed, but then to be like, I'm not embarrassed. Like,
You never meet your heroes.
oh no,
Right.
scrolling too. Scrolling, a desperate scroll. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to
That
it.
wasn't
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Airdrop it to Gates.
Oh my
Very,
God.
do you want to take 20 seconds to say, Meerkat, you got me?
You got me, Meerkat. And, well, he knew I was like gone last night.
Meerkat
too,
didn't even have
so
to use AI on that. That was a quick Photoshop.
it's lit. Oh my God.
It's so bad.
It's really
Like,
bad.
it's really, me and Gatesy didn't even want to dunk on you because it was
really
so big.
bad.
With that said, dunking,
really
we
bad.
had one guy tweet out, I believe it was, speaking of prop bets, if you had $100 on the Jets to record an interception in the first game of the season and let it ride the entire season,
Well, to not get an interception.
to not get an interception,
Yeah. Yes.
5.3 mil. Yeah, would have been nice.
Yeah,
First
that-
team-
Would have been
there's
nice for
some
sure. The
degenerate in New
Jets suck.
Jersey.
That's the bottom line.
First,
But-
first,
defense
first
in New
team
Jersey
since
that's
1933 when the leading passer of the NFL passed for 900 yards.
Yeah, so they were averaging like 60 yards a game, basically passing last time that a team didn't have an interception like this. So unbelievable. But speaking of teams beginning with a J, it's time to focus on the Jaguars. Obviously, they're riding high, 8 straight wins. The rest of the NFL picture, we did have some craziness. Seems like 2 main areas of craziness yesterday. Meow Mix losing but being in. Did that happen?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
in because the Falcons won.
The Falcons unbelievably run off 2 straight victories
They get
after
shocked.
sucking all year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then the Ravens are out. So I was awake for this one. It was X halfway through the third quarter. I start to go to bed, just beginning the process of like end of the day. I look back at my phone after like 45 minutes. It's like 23-21 and like Aaron Rodgers is driving. Like nobody's covering Zay Flowers at any point. It
Dude,
was unbelievable.
there was 4 straight plays back and forth that felt like
the game became unglued.
yeah,
Literally.
Well, it
for
always
such a
happens when you
dull
leave a
game.
Ravens game early, Maniac.
Damn
It's
it.
a little crazy.
You don't have to bring that up. Listen, by the way, on the story, everyone saw me. I stayed all the way late last night for sure. Make it happen. But Ravens are out. Pour
Yeah.
one out for Ravens flock.
Might be time.
So, but that's the narrative right now. So everyone's no Burrow, no Lamar, no Mahomes. Like the fact is that these guys lost. The fact is that their guys' teams weren't good enough to play. So to say like, oh, well, since they're not there, Josh better get it done. It's kind of like the dumbest take out there, honestly. Do we even have to go over it?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that game last night was just one of the wildest endings to a football game I ever saw, where the first 3 quarters was the most Ravens Steelers game ever, where it was just a
Phone booth,
defensive,
playing in a phone booth.
yeah, literally a phone booth. And then the fourth quarter, it is just I feel like iconic. Aaron Rodgers zipping the ball like we haven't seen in forever. Lamar Jackson having some crazy plays, staying in the pocket, avoiding sacks with long passes. You had 2 to Zay Flowers. And then you have the Steelers take the lead with a minute to go, miss the extra point to make it a 2-point game instead of a 3-point game. Lamar rushes down the field, some great passes, last one to Likely, and then Loop with a 44-yarder.
Jalen Ramsey got so let
Oh my
off the
God.
hook here, by the way.
So lucky.
Like
He had a
any
couple.
NFL cornerback knocks down, like I know he was going for the knockdown. He wasn't going for a pick or anything, but he looked so bad. Like that wasn't like Likely made like a Randy Moss type grab. It just kind of came to him. Like Ramsey could have done anything but what he did.
Yeah, for sure.
Ramsey might be the most overrated player in the league,
Yeah,
honestly.
hasn't beat Josh Allen in a long
But
time.
speaking of underrated, I had to just watch this footage live because I couldn't believe it. Back-to-back fake punts from the Colts, Don.
Yeah, so this was crazy because when I left game day tailgate, which I do, I didn't talk too much about the podcast. One of the most lit ones. We had fans, attacking me to get on mic, behind me in a good way. I love it. But I get home, I put on the Colts game. They show a flashback, so they run a fake punt, 4th down, execute it perfectly. Bang, first down, and then they leave the punt team out there again and act like they're running another punt on 1st down. Get the defense all confused.
When you read this, it sounds ridiculous. Back to where they saw that like the Texans were like, oh, team off the field. We got to get our defense back on. And they lined up quick and just like ran a play. They actually drew a penalty on the Texans on the next play for too many men on the field, I believe.
On the punt?
Is that correct, Don?
Yes. But they also ripped off like 5 or 6 yards on the second fake punt.
Yes.
They did like a direct snap. The first one was a pass. Second one was a direct snap. It was
so 4th and 8. The punter catches it, and by the way, it wasn't even like wide open. Like he throws like a fade to one of like the tight ends. Guy catches it for like 12 yards on 4th and 8. While they're doing that, the punter kind of just like runs up to the line, and then he does his steps back to get in punter formation. And they ran out of the punt formation, but it was just a snap to the running back. So they must have had some communication where, if they go to swap their players, just run another one because it's basically penalty. Like Don said, though, if that didn't get whistled, I mean, Don, that was looking like it was 6 yards and nobody was around the guy. They actually whistled it dead because of the too many men, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, again, Colts, making history, and not always the best ways with, them going 7-1 and then going 2-8 or whatever it was.
Signing 44-year-old quarterbacks.
We saw that coming from a mile away. Why does that always happen? We should have been putting our life savings against the Colts every week.
Yeah.
But yes, last factoid from the season, Sam Darnold joining Tom Brady as the only QB to win 14-plus games in back-to-back seasons. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the fact that Darnold's with 2 different teams is even more ridiculous for sure. But all eyes on Jacksonville. We will be there.
We'll be there. Breaking news.
Flights are being booked.
Yeah.
Game day. We got to figure out final logistics travels. We got to figure out everything for the Trainwreck sense for sure. But there will be a presence in Jacksonville. Make sure you're booking game day. Buffalo. Jags have won 8 straight. I put arguably the hottest team in the NFL. Is that fair take?
I think you got it.
Seahawks have a thing, but
yeah, Texans is scary.
Texans.
Duval.
Oh no, not Duval.
That's the Leon Cohen version. Duval.
Yeah, that's got me. That's the only thing I'm not looking forward to with this trip for sure. Are the Duval diehards for sure. But Jacksonville, my spin zone on this one. I don't think there's a more difficult matchup for the Bills the rest of the way to the Super Bowl. Even if you play at Denver, even if you play at Foxborough, Chargers, Steelers, Texans. At Texans is tough because of how that game went, but I think we would have a massive chip on our shoulder going into Houston.
Jaguars is just so weird for me. I have no clue how it's going to go. I feel like we either steamroll them or it's like a close, tight game.
I can't take those uniforms seriously as a playoff football team.
Like green.
Yeah, I see it and it gives me like Dolphins vibes. Like
makes you think Blake Bortles.
Yeah, I need something a little bit more, a little tougher.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. We'll get into it. Believe me, there will be no shortage of playoff talk.
It was actually just brought up in our wrestling group chat by Michael Partham. And at the end of the week, it's sorry.
Why can't I be friends with him? Tony Khan could probably get us in the pool suite at the Jacksonville Stadium.
I'm just kidding, Tony Khan.
Thank you, Tony Khan.
I love you. Please give us press passes to AEW.
Thank you, TK.
Let us swim in the pool.
Listen, when you got the chart. Or the Jaguars are the hottest team in the NFL. You're right, Maniac. But you sent me that video that I couldn't believe of a fan squatting Trevor Lawrence. Was that real or did I get God?
That was real. That wasn't AI.
That's ridiculous. I mean,
more ridiculous that a random fan could squat Trevor Lawrence like at a bar, or that actually allowed himself to be squatted.
Yeah, I'd want Josh Allen to have 2 feet on the ground at all times, let alone 0 feet on the ground. I feel like that's a recipe for disaster at this time of year.
Yeah, can you imagine like a Samoan drop, like with the from the thing, like
oh my god,
out.
I just had our analysts text me with a little statistic here. Jags won 8 games in a row. Obviously, the QBs they've beaten in that 8-game stretch.
List them:
Justin Herbert, Jacoby Brissett, who threw for over 300 yards. Cam Ward, Riley Leonard, Brady Cook, Bo Nix also threw for over 300, and Phillip Rivers. Not a very star-studded list. And Herbert got hurt. Ward got hurt in one game, and Herbert got hurt as well.
Okay. Yeah. And again, they have not faced a quarterback of Josh Allen's level. With that said, on the flip side, I don't think Josh Allen has a win playing at Jacksonville.
I think you're right, and that's why they scare me. I think the only time I've ever in my Bills fan tenure seen us play a good game, even against Jacksonville, was last year's season opener.
At home, week 3, but yeah.
Oh, yep.
All good.
It was a hot one. That's why.
It was a beautiful primetime night for sure.
Yes.
Keon Coleman's first touchdown catch. Maybe he could be. You never know. You never know.
Hey, bully ball Keon yesterday too. I think he's back.
That might be the problem with Keon Coleman.
Oh my God.
Mitch Trubisky was slinging it.
About this. Like almost 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like Mitch Trubisky was about to be
the Jets do have the 7th worst pass defense in
Mitch
the history of football.
Trubisky was about to be my hot on our hot or not.
That's very fair. That's very fair. Speaking of very fair, and speaking of hot, Sabres finally cool down for a loss. Gatesy, what do you take away from these last 11 games, and what do you take away from, I guess, the fallout of Saturday? A lot of people with a lot of opinions, even though it was the first loss in almost a month.
Yeah, it was crazy just to see how quickly people were hitting the panic button after the Sabres lost the game. Like, I'll say I did not expect the Sabres to win their last 56 games to go into the postseason. This was going to happen. The big thing is now, how do they play on Tuesday against Vancouver, a team they beat just a couple weeks ago in the start of the winning streak? You know, it was a thing where the Sabres didn't have things go right that they normally did. They gave a bunch of goals early. They couldn't find a goal as well. So if you're going to have something go wrong, you might as well have everything go wrong. That game's a wash. Now let's see how they respond. You have Jason Zucker back in the lineup for Tuesday. So it'll be an interesting matchup for the blue and gold.
What do you have to say to the people that are saying UPL was the problem on that game?
I would say UPL had game on Saturday. There were just some scoring opportunities that shouldn't be happening. I mean, the one I don't know if it was the one that we had a 3-1 or 4-1, but like Power just gets driven like all the way. Now I get that it was a bad goal by UPL. That should have been like stick checked at the blue, and that's all I'm saying. So yes, I'm not happy about the UPL bad game, but I'm happy with the past overall month from UPL, and we need to be now again. I think Sabres fans are maybe a little bit like UPLD.
Yes.
Because he can have these spouts where he's inconsistent and he lets up some of people say these softies. But I don't know. I feel like our tandem is okay, and that was just one blip in the road, Gatesy.
Yeah, that wasn't even a bad game from UPL. You can see the goals he gave up. One, high danger chances across the board from them. Sure, you want maybe a couple back on that front, but he bailed them out so many times throughout that game with these saves that should have gone in. So if you're going to be mad at him for, giving up a breakaway goal, maybe, look at the 2-on-0 he stopped earlier in the game. You look at the power play, giving up 2-on-0s, giving up breakaways, giving up chances that shouldn't have happened. So you see all the goals that he gave up. A lot went wrong for the Sabres on that front. And, it doesn't matter how many UPL stopped. The Sabres only scored 1 goal as well. So if you're going to take it.
Need a shutout.
I think Don not only correctly predicted the score in the wrong fashion, but also pointed that out to me. We were watching the game together. We always give up odd man rushes, maybe even sometimes often 1-on-0s when we're on the power play, which just shouldn't happen. Obviously, kind of a misfortune there, like complete accident. Tage skates like crumbling from underneath him to give up that rush there, but
Ristolainen-esque.
Yes, very Ristolainen-esque.
Yeah, I walked away from that game just being like, hey, that was a cursed one. Yeet it into the sun and move on. And if they lose to Vancouver at home, that's where I'm more concerned. Yeah, yeet it out of here, get on to the next one. That's what matters.
If there's one tangible thing to fix, call me an idiot, Gatesy. Maybe let's not constantly fall behind 1-0. Like that would be the only thing that I would say to this team. Because besides that, the last 10 to 15 games have been decent.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last 4 games they've given up the first goal and responded right away. So they followed that blueprint in that game. It was just after that they didn't get their game back in motion. They were just kind of coasting there. So, you're on a 10-game win streak. That's bound to happen. So the biggest thing is how they respond Tuesday, knowing how they've been, what Yarmo's trying to build, they should come out with a lot of energy and be a tough team to play against.
With that stat, them going down 1-0 that often recently, I was quick to hop on Polymarket after that first goal.
I'm feeling like a genius after that 1-1.
I bet, I was pumped. I bet the team felt like they were okay too with how things had been going that way. But we'll live to see another day. Tuesday, Canucks
in here tomorrow. I will be in the building.
Wow.
Confirmed. I just got invited by buddies, so I'll make sure.
Go.
So if you're planning on betting the Canucks -1.5, now is a good time for sure. With that said, Bandits, team that's getting it done. Gatesy, there was some questions after that game against Halifax, especially that second half. The Bandits have answered back just like they've done for almost the last half decade.
Yeah, it's crazy how consistent they are with the age of these players, where you look at their top guys, they're all, in their 40s. They've been playing in the NLL for decades now. And it's incredible to see their top players continue to do it year in and year out. You see, Dane Smith on an MVP run right now, Josh Byrne elevating his game from last year. It is truly a full team effort, and it's incredible to watch them. And we've talked about on the Banditos pod of just enjoying each game that we have of this team, because I don't think we expected, Matt Vince to return for another year, to, have MVP level seasons from Josh and Dane, to have these other guys step up. It's fun to watch.
Absolutely. And obviously Dane Smith, that's no difference in the last decade, but been amazing to watch
MVP
so far early in the season.
Yet again.
Very
and
much
it
an
seems
MVP
like
pace.
Byrne is finally starting to find his stride too.
Sometimes, how sometimes the Bills' offense is best when we're just running James Cook?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what Josh Byrne, the Josh, sometimes it's driving and dishing, or best when he's working it around thing and he's taking a defender out of that. Listen, JT, we talked to him this past week at TSC Buffalo.
Yeah.
Great vibe. So the team is feeling good.
You put a little bit though.
I did put him on the spot. I was surprised that he actually answered, but that just means he's a real one.
And he wished you a happy New Year.
He wished me a happy New Year. He's very excited.
Do we take any stock in our boy Chase Frazier with the I heard he made a little bit of a no-no.
Yeah, he had a penalty. Let's face it. I mean, this is our psycho. His wires get a little...
Yeah. Chase, obviously, friend of ours. So are some of the Bandits. This is no hard feelings. It's lacrosse. It's a contact sport. I literally said to Ian McKay at TSC when we talked to him, going to welcome. I said, yeah, hopefully welcome them back in a rude way. So it's mutual on both sides.
100%.
They're going to go and have a beer after the game regardless.
They would be the first ones to tell you they would love to play with Frazier and they hate to play against him.
As they should.
That's how it is.
He's a great player.
For sure. Speaking of this weekend, SmackDown in Buffalo, we went there after the signing.
Yep.
You and I were a little surprised because we were hating on the E, we were hating on the Fed. All of a sudden, a couple segments in, we're doing
A lot of things happened that were not expected. First off, go walk right in and we have Cena shirts in Buffalo.
Cena shirts in Buffalo.
Although not the last time is now anymore at the bottom. You can't see me because you literally can't.
You can't see me.
He literally wasn't there. So yes, but the Randy Orton Sabres shirts. So Miz opens up the show, I believe. This is a surprise.
Perfect. Move by SmackDown to put someone who can talk and take 20 minutes.
Surprise to you and I that it's not a match because we're like, oh, something must be happening here.
Yes.
I see Miz. I think Joe Hendry is. You're going to say his name in Buffalo and he's going to appear, which he almost did. He came. It's hilarious. But yeah, we get the return of the Viper live and in color.
He goes on a great tangent about how he's the locker room leader now. Yep. Nobody's been there as long as him. So it was the perfect setup. I think I even got the last second Randy Orton to you before, and I didn't even. Was pumped up. We get a return in Buffalo. Randy Orton technically returned in Buffalo. You love to see that. And then we get Matt Cardona out of nowhere.
Yeah, what happened to Zack Ryder? Did he die in like less than a month?
He got wheeled off the stage by Kane.
That's fair. Yeah, surprise Matt Cardona against who was that guy that we thought was kind of aura farming?
Must have been someone from NXT.
Yeah, for sure.
He was Oliver something. Seen him before. He was telling everyone he was the shit.
He was going up to like Dion and like, you guys suck.
Yeah, because he had a commercial break. He came out and there was a commercial break and he was just going to everyone being like, ooh, you like suck.
And then also we had a new U.S. women's champion,
U.S. women's champion,
pretty cool
Julia.
To see that.
We had that happen.
We had Trick Williams interrupt Sami Zayn. Yeah, you did give me the Randy Orton at the end of that segment, but at the beginning of Sami Zayn's segment, Maniac goes, I think he's about to retire.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to lie, the way he started this segment.
Oh, it was so bad.
I kept looking at Maniac going, you didn't just.
He's like, the last
you
time
into
you guys saw
existence."
me, I was like watching a match with my son, and like I realized what a nice thing.
From the crowd.
He goes, and my son asked me, like, well, John Cena has that title. Like, why don't you have that title? He's like, I can't, like, so then this whole thing. But then it actually ended up being the best case situation where she goes, did he say WWE?
He did.
He didn't say big goal.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn said he is winning the WWE Championship in 2026, which would be nuclear.
I believe it. If not now, never probably.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. It is his time for sure. And then we had the ambulance match. Pretty good. Pretty good.
For an ambulance match, it was what we signed up for.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I enjoyed it for sure.
So amazing weekend. That was, and then I had the wing tour. Yeah, now, you were hating on the wing tour.
No,
that's all
I
I'm saying.
wasn't.
I had one post up from the wing tour. I had 3 people that were on the wing tour come over me and show me a direct message from Slick Saturday where he's going, "This guy's drunk." 3.
3?
3.
No, maybe 2.
3.
Maybe 2.
3.
I can name them. I'm not gonna dox them though. But yeah, that's.
Is that a bad thing?
No,
two females and a guy.
Yeah. Okay. That's. I mean, like, I was calling out what I saw.
Yeah, well, then I set you straight on the next story.
I just want to know.
That was enjoying responsibly. I know we got all kinds of things here.
Who got the #1 most wings eaten? That's what I want to know.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd say probably E Wood.
And what was the best stop on the tour besides Sports City? I saw Sunny Reds is on there. Pat Moran special.
Yeah, there was. What was a sleeper? This is gonna sound crazy.
Oh,
O'Neill's.
O'Neill's is good.
Right next to our park, right next to our game day lot. So we started there.
Yeah.
So we started there. Everything wing, which they say is every single sauce they have. Keep in mind they have 60 sauces, like 60 to 70 sauces. I will say that when you eat this wing,
you don't think so? I
want to see a
meant,
list.
like, no way.
I'll list them up. Let me pull them up.
You don't need to list off every single one.
I got the list downloaded. I'll pull it up. Let me pull it up.
You guys are being such big jerks.
Let me pull it up. I got the list.
O'Neill's General Tso, Old Bay, pineapple teriyaki, spicy orange, spicy lime, spicy garlic, teriyaki orange, Nick's Spider Vino, Frank's Ginger. There's all kinds of ones. Then you have your basic, core 10 to 20, and that's how they get there. That's how they get to the 60.
I'm sorry, O'Neill's. I wasn't familiar with
game. Thank you so much for doing that. And that was a great weekend. We have a big week ahead. We've got Sabres.
Huge.
We've got Benditos. And we've got beat the Jaguars. Time to set Jacksonville straight and continue what could be a historical run. You're watching a historical run right now on Herd of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports. As we get in to break down who's hot and who's not, brought to you by our friends at Salino Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Alrighty, so I'm going to go with a 2-prong approach here. We got Bills fans getting ready to go down to Jacksonville and the great send-off last night. So hot is Bills Mafia for them. I'm going to give them that dap. I think that's fair.
You're making fun of me.
The fruit isn't even low-hanging. I just want to say it's on the ground. It's actually on the ground. No. That's what I'm saying. It's not even hanging. It's on the ground. Not is Ravens flock. Oh, you thought you were going to go on a nice little run to the playoffs? Bye-bye. Later.
Bye.
That's all.
I'll just get my knot out of the way, keep the ice up. Also, Ravens flock, which I totally wrote before Maniac. So they were feeling so good in our stadium in the first half of the first game of the season. Oh, how far they went on a roller coaster throughout the season. Lamar getting hurt to no chance after that Bills loss. He comes back, brings them all the way back just to miss a field goal and miss the playoffs. Must be tough. My hot? Get ready for this, Maniac.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Who? Michael Irvin, belt to ass, on all fours on the sidelines at the Canes game, slapping his belt to the Ohio State trash can jersey. The U is on a generational run, and Michael Irvin's letting everybody know he is hot as ever right now.
Michael Irvin never got off the bandwagon. That's how you got to dab him. Like, there were so many years to get off the bandwagon with the U.
Weather fan as some that
That left the Baltimore game early? Was that what you were going to say?
I wasn't going to.
Was that what you were going to say?
No, I was talking about Fireman Ed.
Okay. Oh, Fireman Ed's the biggest fair weather there's ever been. Don, what's on fire in your neck of the woods as far as hot or not?
All right, so my hot is holy water, because I don't know if you saw this.
Hell yeah.
But the end of the field at the Steelers game where they, the Ravens missed that kick, they had some holy water put down. They were blessing the field. So I don't know. Maybe the Bills have to do some juju in some away stadiums, get some of this action going. But holy water is back. And it's never been hotter.
My bus crew brings Mexican holy water into every game.
There we go.
It's
called tequila.
Jacksonville.
I mean, what was the stat on the field goal at the end of the game? Did you guys see that?
No.
Hold on, hold the phone. There have been over 60,000 field goal attempts in NFL history. Tyler Loop's miss on Sunday night is the only attempt in those 60,000 that came as time expired in the fourth quarter, in the final week, with both teams' playoff hopes resting solely on the result of that kick. So for the first time in 60,000, probably arguably the most pressure kick there's been. There's been one win Super Bowls. There's been everything like that. It was a tough miss. Did you see also how the Steelers kind of cheated on this play?
No.
There was some leveraging.
They sent a guy like in the jump over, and that's like always like, are you gonna throw a flag on like that? And then they did it, and also he missed going away from that guy. So the guy was on the left and he missed wide right, like kind of like played into it almost. So
I did kind of see it, and it almost looked like a guy got a hand for a second, but clearly didn't. There was just a lot of things at play there for sure.
I hate to say thousands of dollars, tens, hundreds, thousands of dollars. I don't know how much Tyler Loop is making as like he got called up as a kicker.
He's a rookie kicker, so
felt a little bad.
Well, he had some.
Oh yeah.
Look at the Bills game week 1. He missed that extra point that allowed the Bills to even tie the game in the first place week 1. He makes either of those kicks, the Ravens are in the playoffs.
Okay, so my not should have just been this bloke instead of the whole.
You think what's his name? Justin Tucker is just slamming the table at home right now.
Oh, JT makes that kick. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
So
well, never forget that Orchard Park. The last time JT was in Orchard Park actually no, he did good last year. But when we played the Teron Johnson game, he did have 2 big misses.
You're right,
for sure. So he got owned by Orchard Park in January for sure.
Well, speaking of misses, this goes right into my who's not. If you thought the Jets were bad, there is one guy that has a worse record than the Jets and everyone. That is Sauce Gardner. 1-7, gets traded to the Colts. And then goes 1-8, finishing 2-15. He should have the first pick next year, apparently, but he's not a team. Yeah, so he's Sauce Gardner. I mean, there's no one more ice cold than you. You have the worst record in the NFL.
Record in the NFL. So are we going to count his win in the lawsuit against that Bills fan? Should we maybe add that to his record?
Can you imagine if they, like the Colts franchise was just like, yeah, since you have the worst record, even worse than any team in the league, we'll just let you make our first round pick for the
Love
team.
it.
Yeah.
All right, Gatesy, hit me with it.
Yeah, so for my hot, I went a little bit different direction. I'm going with Kirby Smart.
And now you may ask why.
Yeah, so the Atlanta Falcons fired their head coach. They fired their general manager as well. They're looking for a fresh start. And it feels like this could be an opportunity because the Falcons hired, it felt like some made-up sports consulting group called Sportsology, which seems like something we would hire to like check like our parlays or something like that. It feels like this could be a situation where they just want to like say we're casting a wide net and we're going to bring in a guy who's already in the state, who's already, maybe sick of the current state of college football where it's NIL, it's all this crazy things happening. Granted, he has a great situation right now in Georgia where, his players can do whatever they want and still play on Saturday. But it's something to look at where maybe he could make the jump to the NFL now, stay in Georgia, and bring the Falcons back because it looks like they might do a complete overhaul with a new coach, new GM over the summer.
Interesting.
That and then my what's not is just winning football games, because we talked about the NFC South a little bit. The Buccaneers win on Sunday, beat Meow Mix, and then they have to rely on a game that quote unquote doesn't really matter to either team, which was a fun game between the Saints and the Falcons. But I mean, I feel like there should be a rule. If it's week 18 of the NFL season, you have two teams playing each other.
If this was fantasy football,
Yes.
and all of a sudden another matchup was deciding like this, like the commissioner would just step in and say, no. This matchup decides it. Like that's what it should have been.
Yeah.
There should be a rule that week 18, if it's you have to rely on other games and you have a tied schedule or tied record, this game is it.
I love
this
it.
is the Super
Now,
Bowl.
you want to know the funniest thing about this scenario? So the Falcons were eliminated from the playoffs
This was the best.
in week 13 by losing to the Jets, and then they win out pretty much. I think they only lost one game, and then they tie the division, but they still don't get to go.
Yeah, so
Like,
they got
three-way
eliminated
tie.
3 weeks ago, and then they finished tied for first in the division.
That's absolutely,
Un-
frankly, be allowed to happen.
Well, it's also crazy too of just how that's all happened for the Falcons. And I mean, Kyle Pitts has continued his streak of adding 1 touchdown to his season stats of rookie year had 1, then 2, then 3. He finished with 5 this year. He's continuing that streak. So, at least the Falcons have that going for, but he's going to be a free agent. So we'll see where he ends up. But yeah, shout out to Meow Mix.
Home game. Unlike the Bills, they'll be getting a home game.
Can we pull up? Do we have a spread on that? Rams at Panthers? Somebody, because I am.
pull up Polymarket?
Yeah, well,
I'm going to tell you what, guys.
I'm pulling it up. You guys can stat it up.
Teams, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, but that had a negative scoring differential in the playoffs. We look back at
10.5.
I'm feeling Meow Mix.
Oh my God, Meow Mix is back.
Plus
Man,
10.5.
Oh
To be
my
honest,
God.
it feels like for the first time in 2 months, people might be doubting Meow Mix again.
Oh, big time, dude. Everyone thinks the Rams should have won the division, have the MVP, playoffs.
And let's face it,
and
we know
yet
that-
they're getting 10.5 points.
That Carolina home field advantage means something. You could get a strong start out of
It
that. You
definitely means
know what you
something.
got to do once you get a strong start?
Finish.
Keep pounding, kid. Let's go. That's what you need when you're making it happen. But yes, that is our Salino Hot or Not, brought to you by Salino Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and Electric. You got anything in your house you're looking to make championship caliber? Maybe that furnace is giving you a little trouble? Check in with our friends at Salino Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. 68 flush to dial them up today. Folks, winding down here on Trainwreck today. Herd of Buffalo. Trainwreck Sports. Gatesy, you were on the 1s and 2s. Is this the first time?
Yeah, but I'm not really doing 1s and 2s. That's still
No,
gone.
you're on the
Fun, just hanging out, got the mic. It's nice having a desk here. It's I don't have to know what to do with my hands anymore. I can kind of hide them a bit.
Yes.
But no, it's good to be here. And I mean, we're at the equinox, or the peak of the sports equinox in Buffalo right now, with playoffs for the Bills. Sabres are on they're up and up. The
The
Bandits
Sabres are just such a bonus right now. I'm just saying, for the overall sports mood, it's insane.
100%.
The Sabres and UB, truthfully, just two teams have not had much to cheer about at this time of year. They're getting it done. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Used to be a little lull there, and then the Bandits would give you some fun time. But Sabres keeping the inner.
Now falling victim to the same thing the Bills did, where it's like, we'll just get playoffs here already. Like for sure. Which is,
And if they lose one game, it's like, we suck.
100% for sure. But make sure you are tailing along with us, whether it is UB, Sabres, Bandits, or Bills this weekend in Jacksonville with Game Day Buffalo. Make sure you're tuning in. Needless to say, there's a lot of opportunities to crash out starting 2026. I know we're 5 days in. Make sure you're getting on our crash out line, 716-226-6263. Sponsored by our friends at William Matar. You know his number, 444-444. Looking forward to some crash outs and some excitement in 2026.
Yeah, I think we got one call. Obviously, not too much time into 2026 yet. I did see a text, Don. Correct me if I'm wrong. This text just said Jets crash out. So, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, so this was our good friend Greg Head. He texts a recording. He texts a voice memo of.
So it was the title of it.
So I do have it. It is a
Okay.
voicemail, and we're gonna listen to it right now.
Hey guys, Greg
go,
Head calling in. Just love all the shit that you guys are doing. Just keep it up. Anyway,
Thanks, Greg.
quick crash out question here. So, the start of the fourth quarter, did they give McDermott a lobotomy on the sideline?
Leaving the players
because
out there.
you're up 35-zip with 8 minutes to go, and you're going to keep your first-round draft pick in? And the guy was out for 6 games at the beginning of the year because of injury. You're going to keep him out there? Oh, you probably could have put DeMarcus Ingram in there, but yeah, how did that one turn out?
Oh, no.
But anyway,
By the way, how is
go
he been
Bills.
doing?
Hopefully we beat the
he's good.
living
He's
piss out of Lincoln
stopping
Common
the ball.
and those cocky sons of bitches in Jacksonville next week, and we bring home a Lombardi to Western New York. How about that, boys? Huh? All right, be good.
How about that? How about that? Thank you, Greg, for the call.
Yeah, that's a totally fair. Like, I was beside myself when that was happening yesterday. Now the fact that you had Hairston in a walking boot yesterday, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, yesterday
he was in a walking boot.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should have another Week 18 rule. If you should be able to have like the college rules on like the final week of the season, you can dress as many players as you want, just so you don't get in situations like this.
Your entire practice squad.
Yeah, like why not? Like, there's no point in having to try to put guys in.
I agree.
In situations where maybe it's the fourth quarter, just like, okay, practice squad guy, go out there, whatever that be.
I did have a real issue with how many touches Kincaid was getting and how
agreed.
long
He's in the exact same bucket as Harrison, a guy who's been injured for crucial parts of the year. We need this guy next week. Our offense is literally neutered without Kincaid.
Exactly.
So, yeah, again, we'll see. There's lots to complain about. There's lots to talk about, and there's lots to get into in 2026. Clearly, thank you for tuning along on the first Monday of this year with us here on Trainwreck today. Slick in the side passenger seat. We got Gatesy on the zeros and ones. We got Brett in the saddle with us, making everything happen. Make sure you're following Trainwreck Sports. Make sure you're following Herd of Buffalo. We've got lots of action to come this week. It ain't stopping. We're going to have a great week ahead, and there's only one way to do that, by having a good
Day.